On-the-scene coverage of ACC.14 is supported by Janssen Pharmaceuticals, Incorporated.
I'm Peter Block for On the Scene here in Washington, D.C. at the ACC annual meeting. The late-breaking clinical trials go on, and we've had 2 trials which studied anti-PCSK9. This second trial was done by Derek Rawl from South Africa. Derek, tell me about this study. It's different than the low-risk patient trial.
Yes, this is the study, the RUTHERFORD-2 study, is in with patients with familial hypercholesterolemic, which are probably the highest risk patients. So they've got inherited cholesterol. We estimate it's probably the commonest condition, inherited condition in the world. It affects about 1 in every 200 to 1 in every 500 people. So there's about 18 to 40 million people with inherited cholesterol around the world. Now the statins are remarkable drugs, but in this patient group, despite high-dose, intense statin therapy, which can lower cholesterol by 50 to 60%, many patients with inherited cholesterol don't get to the LDL targets we'd like to get them. They don't get to 100 milligram percent, and they definitely don't get to 70 milligram percent. So this study, the RUTHERFORD-2 study, we enrolled about 330 patients with familial hypercholesterolemic, and we randomized them either to placebo or to either 2-weekly dosing or monthly dosing of a drug called Evolocumab, which is a PCSK9 inhibitor. And the bottom line of the study is Evolocumab given either every 2 weeks or once a month reduced LDL cholesterol by another 60%.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Given, that means intramuscular injection, sub-Q?
Small sub-Q injection. So unlike a diabetic who has to inject daily, this is a tiny sub-Q injection given either once every 2 weeks or once a month.
So tell me what you found, how much reduction?
So the reduction in LDL was a very impressive 60%. There wasn't really a difference between a smaller dose administered every 2 weeks or a bigger dose, 420 milligrams administered every month. So in terms of goal achievement, because of the 60% reduction in LDL, virtually about 65, 2/3 of the patients achieved an LDL cholesterol of less than 70 milligram percent, which is really unheard of in the management of patients with familial hypercholesterolemic.
So 2 quick questions to finish up. Number 1, it's a monoclonal antibody. Any problems with that? And number 2, most important, give me a take-home message here for the docs out there.
Yeah, well, first of all, it is a monoclonal, but it's a fully human monoclonal antibody, so we saw very few side effects. There weren't any local drug reactions. No one developed antibodies to this monoclonal. The take-home message, I think that these are going to be the new statins of this century. The combination of a statin together with a monoclonal antibody against PCSK9 is going to allow us to get the vast majority of patients with familial hypercholesterolemic to LDL targets.
Sounds like an exciting drug, and for the statin-resistant or statin-intolerant patients, even better.
Correct.
Thank you very much, Derek.